Hi, welcome to Silver Screen News with us, the Silver Screen Dudes. I'm Anthony Jordan.
I'm Nico Leroux.
And today is all about the box office reviews. As you know, we've had some very interesting times going on. Last week... okay, let me front with you guys. We're filming a bit early this week due to unforeseen circumstances, so we can't announce a winner just yet, but we're going to have a caption and hopefully I'll be able to... I'll comment straight if I won. Hey, I done it. But yeah, we can't do it. So I can't say based on what have you... the results of last week, but we know the trailers for the films that are coming out this week and what's been out already, so we're going to put our estimation for what we believe will be the box office hits for the week coming.
Absolutely. Just before we do that, AJ, we're gonna, just so we can announce what the results for the previous for this last weekend were. As you said, we're filming a day early, so right now, guys, we're gonna cut to a little shot of me filming at home, and I'm just gonna quickly announce the results to you, and then we're gonna bring it back to studio. Okay? Right. So here's the results.
And
what is up, guys? Here is the official top 5 from this weekend. Unfortunately, both AJ and I got it completely wrong. We overestimated and underestimated some movies, so here's the top 5. In at number 33 is the Chilean miners movie starring Antonio Banderas, The 33, making 5.8 million in its opening weekend. Coming in at number 4 is The Martian, dropping still only 25%, making 6.7 million in its 7th or 8th week now. Coming in at number 3, AJ, mate, respect, you got this one right. I had this much lower on my list, is Love the Coopers, in at number 3, making 8.4 million in its opening week. In at number 2 is the Peanuts movie, dropping 45% and making 24.2 million in its opening week. In at number 1 is Spectre 007, dropping 49% this week and making 35.4 million in his second weekend. Guys, there should be a link up here somewhere if you want to actually see what our original predictions were, linking back to the show from the previous week. But for now, let's go back to the show. See you guys.
There you have it. Yeah, and what I'm going to do now, just in the element of who knows and really just it may happen, congratulations in case.
Congratulations in case to you too.
The word being in case, in caps, in bold, in case, and underlined. Right, so...
Chris Rock.
Right, here we go. Fantastic week just gone. We've had some films coming out. We've had 3 top films which we believe are going to
look like top films.
They look top films and we believe could be entries. The first one that we will mention and discuss is The Secret in Their Eyes.
Yeah.
It's I think crime thriller, I think, is the best summarization of what genre we're
crime thriller, murder mystery.
Yeah. Strong cast in it.
Chiwetel Ejiofor,
Nicole Kidman,
and Julia Roberts.
Indeed, Julia Roberts, who I think will have quite a key part in it because,
I think she's going to go dark in it. Yeah, the links for all 3 of the movies we're about to talk about, guys, are going to be in the trailer. But I think she's going to have a really dark role in this. There was a few lines she said where, let's do this unofficially, let's do this off the books. I can't bear to go through letting him go again. And I was like, she's going to go dark. I think Chiwetel's going to be the straight shooter. I think she's going to go dark.
Saying that, look, it's not a spoiler. The links are there. Watch the trailer. He said he studied a guy for 13 years.
But then he said reopen the case to Nicole Kidman. I think he's going to be official.
He's got it, but let's be honest. I think we're going to see a hint of dark, but he will be the reasoning factor. I think he might be a shock factor because he'll be the reasoning, but he'll go dark. I think what's going to stick with the darkness, though, is the fact that, again, it's not a spoiler, Julia Roberts' daughter was killed in this one, so she's going to be the one to go dark.
It's quite graphic. Again, no spoilers, trailer below, but oh my god, it's your daughter, she's been bleached on the inside and out. It's like,
and this is a cop's daughter. Cop, FBI, we're not too sure on the level, but it's a law enforcer's daughter.
It's a bit of a heavy way to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's big. So
the cast, the premise alone,
it's a contender.
The trailer it turned my head.
It caught my attention.
I was worried because if you didn't catch last week's show, there's a link to that in the description too. But I was worried that Secrets in Their Eyes, Love the Coopers, my All-American. I was like, oh god, please not more faff at this time of year. Let's just get to Star Wars. No, this has actually interested me.
Beat the Coopers, right? I'm going to stick with that because last week I said it seems a bit too soon for Christmas. hands up, I'm wrong. Because
our second movie.
Yeah, going on to the next film is The Night Before with Anthony Mackie,
Seth Rogen, and JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's the one, yeah. And the first thing that struck, it's again Christmas themed, it's very Christmas themed, it's about three best friends. The first thing that struck to me, which was very childhood reminiscent and gives you the Christmas spirit, I saw Tom Hanks in Big. That's what I saw. I saw a giant piano on the floor.
The opening scene, I saw a giant piano
I know
on
that.
The floor. Yeah. I know that piano keyboard.
The difference between this and Meet the Coopers is this ain't family friendly. there was some F-bombs.
By the way, guys, just so you know, the trailer that we've put is the Red Band trailer in the description. So there's going to be some F-bombs. There's going to be some gratuitous sexual references. There's going to be narcotics references. So beware.
Yeah. We will put the warnings. There's stars and warnings. We're cautious. This is how we do this. But that was the one we thought gave you the best highlight of what the film is, because we wouldn't want to make you try and buy a ticket for your kid or wonder why it's an 18. We're showing you why it's for the older generation. It looks. I'll be honest. It's caught my attention.
Way up.
4. Let's give it 4.
Now, do you know what's cool? He told me off camera. Actually, didn't know this about you. He's not a hater, but he's not the biggest Seth Rogen fan. There's other comedians who you would look at before him. Now, we watched the trailer together, and
he looks like the star. And again,
well, not only the star, but you were not only giving a few chuckles, you were outright laughing.
I was laughing, and check the trailer below. You'll agree with me. Yeah, he's giving it away. And I think I'm not getting very religious in anything, but we have the fact of we have a Jew in a church. The comedic fact, it could be very offensive, but I believe as a Christian and following that, I think the Jews would find a comedic factor in it as well. I think
or when he's walking past the Hasidic Jews and he goes
and in a church saying, "We did not kill Jesus." I think we've got
and
a
he's
lot
tripping on cocaine. Who's that guy on the cross? Which guy?
check the trailer.
It's got some laughs in it,
We're not doing
guys.
it the justice. We're not doing it the justice. But again, nothing against Seth Rogen. It just in the films that I've seen with him, he's listed as the star, but someone else has stuck out to me more. Whether it be the 40-Year-Old Virgin, whether it be Superbad,
whether it be The Interview.
Yeah.
Did you catch that one?
I saw that.
Oh, that's great.
I saw that. I just believe there are other stars.
Sam.
What caught me?
Different.
What caught me as well was the listing where the person's in the trailer says nearly interview
and almost interview.
The 2 films that were listed aren't ranked high in my list of comedy films. This Is the End. Have you seen that?
Yeah, of course. I liked it.
I love the star cast and whatnot.
The cast was great. It was like a new Brat Pack, wasn't it?
Yeah. Again, we're in that element of zombies, and it
wasn't zombies.
This Is the End. What?
No. This Is the End isn't zombies.
It's an apocalypse, isn't it?
It's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The devil comes. It's the rapture. Everyone goes to the rapture, and those who are left on Earth become the devil's bitches. Sorry.
Okay, it was the devil's favourite demons. I believed it was zombies. But yeah, okay, fair enough. But moving on. And then Neighbours, or in the UK, Bad Neighbours.
I loved it.
There was comedy in it, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it, but I was like, I could have laughed
What's Franco's younger brother called again?
I was going to say Jim, how embarrassing. No, but I know.
James Franco,
really should have done our homework on it. Actually, but it's not my fault.
The reason I bring him up is because one of my favourite parts is when they start clashing with their neighbours, and Franco and Efron and Franco's younger brother come to the window, and he's got the mole here, and he's got the bull go. Are you looking at me?
It had funny factors. It just wasn't.
It was brilliant.
Do you know
that fight they have at the end? God, it was like a Family Guy skit. I loved it.
But yeah, going back to The Night Before, I saw that and I was like, but it had comedy factor, and it's one of the more recent comedies, and I'm not hating on comedies that are out there. It's just one of the more recent comedies that really had me like, yeah, no, I can, some of them pique an interest. This one was like, no, I'm definitely going to see it. So, fantastic cast. 2 films with a very strong lineup.
Yeah, uber cast.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think that another 2 thumbs up for me for sure.
2 thumbs up for me too. I'm going to go see that one.
Yeah.
But the third movie, we're both going to give away what one part of our top 5 predictions here, but this is going to hit number 1, this next movie. It's a $1 billion movie.
It's part of the franchise that is Hunger Games.
Mockingjay Part 2, the long-awaited final part, and the demise of Mr. Snow. I've been waiting for you, Miss Everdeen. I mean, he's so good, Donald Sutherland, still, isn't he?
Yeah, he really holds as an actor, and he's held his part in the franchise as well.
He's been fantastic. And it's one of those weird things, isn't it? Because he is an old man now, but so it's not a physical menace he brings, but the level of menace that he nevertheless brings to these movies, the power which he commands on screen and off screen, actually. I can't wait to see the end. Funnily enough, I had a weird experience with the Hunger Games. I remember seeing the first one on DVD, if anyone still uses those now.
Yeah.
Funny thing. And I remember liking it, and then for some reason I didn't see the other two. I was like, no, I'm not interested. I finally saw them, and I was like, they're awesome. It's sad to say this is probably going to be the first one I see at the cinema, but I can't wait. I will be part of the millions of people who go see this, who I believe will make this a $1 billion movie. We've had so many this year. We've had Minions, we've had Jurassic World, I think Fast crossed it, I think Avengers 2 crossed it. This is going to be a $1 billion movie.
Yeah, it's a franchise that hasn't let people down. I think
it really hasn't.
I think that's the key point to it. It's a franchise that hasn't let people down, so with that, the final chapter to a franchise that hasn't let anyone down, you can only expect big results.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There was only 3 books, though.
Yeah.
Now, I like the Mockingjay Part 1. I'm just worried that Part 2's... I'm still going to see it. This doesn't affect at all how I'm going to see the movie, but I'm just worried Part 2 may have a little bit of a effect like the third Hobbit movie did, whereby it's just a big battle.
Yeah, okay.
I want to see a bit more to it.
I'm hoping we get that.
Harry Potter, the final part, did that too, where the first part was just setup and the second part was just battle.
Yeah. But this is the thing, I suppose, when you have a part 2, the way you close off kind of determines what you're going to do.
I still don't think when you've got books which are done a certain way that it's necessary to split them.
When a book is one book,
it always feels a little bit like a cash-in. It's like, this is going to make $1, and luckily we know as an audience that it's most likely going to be good, but a little bit of a milking feeling.
I'll give you that. That I can't deny. Yeah, that's kind of the point to it all. It's an interesting one because how can I say this? Bond, it's weird to believe Bond's going to drop so quickly, but I believe it is. As you said, without giving a spoiler, we both believe that Hunger Games is going to take the number 1 spot.
Hey, we're in the age of fempowerment, man. Jennifer Lawrence is going to wipe the floor with Daniel Craig. Go, ladies.
Yeah, and as you mentioned last week, I'm not too sure what you, our American brothers, sisters, and fellow opposite countrymen, as it were, not opposite in war terms, just other side of the pond.
Yeah, be careful with that.
What your view is on Mr. Bond. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how that's going to relate box office-wise, but I think as well, generationally, Bond is big.
Speaking of Bond, guys, we did our top 10 Bond last week, if you didn't catch that. The link will be in the description, and there should be a link coming up somewhere above AJ's head right now. There'll be a link to our top 10 James Bond movies. Do you agree with our top 10?
And even more, our Mount Rushmore.
The top 4 must-sees.
Yeah.
Back to you, mate.
Yeah, and I think what's going to be favourable to Hunger Games is the elements. There are age preferences which will do it, but we're talking number 1 before talking number 5. So,
so with that, should we get on to our top 5?
Yes. Would you like to start?
I'll start, sure. So from lowest to highest, guys, I think that Martian already dropped out of number 1 last 2 weekends, actually, by the time we're airing this, and Bond beat Bourne, took number 1 spot. And I think Bourne, come the weekend of Friday the 20th, I think Bourne is going bye-bye. Bourne is going out of the top 5. I think
he's coming back into orbit.
He's coming back into orbit. Time to get your feet back on the ground. Because he's had an amazing run.
Fantastic.
Number one, number 2, number 1, and then number 3. I was like, come on, dude, this thing's a beast.
Yeah, it's been a powerful movie, definitely.
And it's, I loved it, but it's unfortunately, as it comes with all movies, it's time
all
for
good
it to
things
go.
come to an end.
Yeah, right. It's bye time. My number 5. I'm going with the R-rated comedy The Night Before that we just talked about. I think great cast: Seth Rogen, JGL, Anthony Mackie. The jokes I hope they haven't given all the jokes away in the trailer, but the jokes look solid. It's got my attention. Number 4, I am going with The Secret in Their Eyes, the movie we just talked about with Chiwetel Ejiofor, Nicole Kidman, and Julia Roberts. That's it. Those 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 could flip either way, but I think for some reason that the comedy is going to be lower than Secret in Their Eyes. Number 3 is going to be Peanuts. Family movie, still going to be a powerhouse. Number 2, I think Bond is staying up there. And number 1, no-brainer, it's going to be The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I'm predicting an excess of 100 million opening weekend. I think it's going to do 120, maybe 130 million opening weekend.
Doable.
Maybe more, but that's minimum. I think it's doing over 100.
Doable. Okay, interesting. I, along with you, agree. Mr. Damon, I believe your time is done. Not in an offensive way, you've done amazing, but hey, you wanted to get home, now you're home, you're back on Earth. You're not orbiting the stars of the top 5 as far as I'm concerned. Enough of the puns, Anthony, just get on with the result. This is where we differ slightly.
Okay.
Based on looking at what I saw last week with Meet the Coopers and thinking it was too early for Christmas, I think it's going to be shoved down our throats more and more.
Yeah, sure.
So, and I think
Star Wars.
This is it. Everyone's avoiding Star Wars, so Christmas has come early this year. So I believe Secret in Their Eyes is taking the 5th spot because I believe in the 4th spot will be The Night Before. Reason being, I think people, as well as the comedy factor, I think the way it's being pumped in, people are going to lean more towards the Christmas and the festive than something really gritty to close the year off. I'm not saying it's the last film you're going to see this year.
Sure.
Definitely not.
Kylo Ren.
Right. Because it will slice everything else up when it comes in. But I believe, what I think
is strong with that one.
Very strong. What I believe is, I think Secret in Their Eyes is just going to hold the 5th spot. It's got an all-star cast. It's a very powerful film. It looks like a good film. It's going to break in. But I think The Night Before has that comedic value. Christmas is coming in more. You're going to think, yeah, you know what? Let's watch it. And not just that, it's more of a couples movie as well. You have that element that you can sit back, you'll have a laugh, and I think that's what you're going to get from that. I'm also going to... I don't think you're going to agree with me on this. Well, you didn't, naturally. I think Spectre's going to take the 3rd spot.
Really?
It sounds like a massive drop. But I think Peanuts is going to hold number 2 because, again, you have a wider audience. You have that family element, the kids, the value. Bond is massive.
That wider audience is going to go Hunger Games, though.
Peanuts
is going to be kids only. Don't change your mind.
No. I wasn't going to. Trust me. Peanuts is kids only, but Peanuts is also Charlie Brown, which is a generation. It was just something our generation appreciated as kids. It's something our parents' generation appreciated as kids. So with that, there's a lot of reminiscent in it. There's a lot of kids doing. The elements are right for Peanuts to be there, and I think.
But it already made 45 million in its opening weekend.
I don't say no, but I just think. In that element, you have Hunger Games, but if you want something for the family that's not action, the elements of it, you want something family friendly, you want comedic,
it is the only family movie out.
It's the only family movie out, and it's Christmas themed as well. You see the snow, it's got that element, it's time focused, and I think with that, again, half of these films I think would have been December box office smashes and we would have been there, but that's our winner.
You can't touch the galaxy far, far away.
You know that the Force is at number 1 from now. Each week
says it in the title, mate. The Force Awakens, and it's going to awaken very hard, much to the detriment of the rest of the competition.
Don't get me wrong; it's not every week you're going to see the silver screen dudes mention Star Wars and point to the.
No, it's going to. I will every week.
I don't want to do any other film injustice, but each week I'm seeing a Christmas themed movie come early.
Yeah.
And with that, I have to explain why. Even the family-friendly movies are out in November. A Christmas family movie in November is unheard of. It's heard of in 2015. It's heard of,
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
The force is strong within this one. But yeah, so that's the way it goes. And yeah, Hunger Games, it's there. We said it.
I think it's going to be the last $1 billion movie before.
I want to say I agree.
But what else do you think is going to make billion before Star Wars? After Hunger Games, before Star Wars, I don't think
there's not. In terms of
all the other big hits are coming too close to Star Wars. Hateful Eight, the Tarantino movie, is coming the week before. You've got In the Heart of the Sea with Chris Hemsworth, the Moby Dick movie. That's the week before. They're not making $1 billion. No.
We'll see.
I
agree with you, but
they'll be lucky to break 600 million. I think
we might catch a surprise, but I agree. We're getting closer to the end of the year, but we're also getting closer to the premiere of the year.
Biggest movie of all time.
It will be. We talk about the franchise of Hunger Games reaching this one into an automatic number one. We knew last week that Spectre James Bond was going to be an automatic number one.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding another automatic number one based on a franchise. So.
Spoiler, not.
Exactly. We haven't spoiled the film. We just we didn't even have the force with us to tell us. We just have knowledge.
I sense a great disturbance in the cinema.
Many guys dressed in uniform. Yeah, it's obvious. You're going to have the fanboys and girls just geeking out throughout the end of
and new fans.
Yes. Just as a reminder. And
one half of the silver screen dudes is not initiated in the ways of the Force.
I'm initiated.
But I'm initiating.
I'm initiated just in the world of prequels. Sad to say. I haven't seen.
He knows though.
I haven't. Yeah, I
knows better.
I know better. I'm aware of it, and I won't deny it. So,
and he's going to change that before the premiere.
Of course. Yes. I'm a person, and it's all there.
Well, by the time this airs, mate, you've got a month and a day.
We're good. So I'm going to run it down one more time. Number 5 for me, Secret in Their Eyes. Number 4, The Night Before. Number 3, Spectre. I could be wrong. Number 2, Peanuts. And what I believe is a guaranteed lock-in for number 1, The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2.
Yep, my 5 again, guys. Night Before, Secret in Their Eyes, Peanuts, Spectre, and Mockingjay Part 2.
And this time next week, you will see the winner, myself, 2 times in a row. With such a smile on my face.
Went there, huh?
No, I'm going there because, hey, it's all in the art of humour. But again, my friend, good luck.
Remain humble or be humiliated, which you're now going to be on camera. Good luck to you, sir.
It's there.
And
it's
on that
record.
Bomb.
From myself, AJ, Anthony Jordan.
From myself, Nico Lero.
Signing out.
See you guys.